wonderful Monday evening. To our esteemed fans over there, my name is Afa Cho. It's time once again for Sports Orbit. Salifu Usman is also in the studio with me. Salifu, welcome to a Monday edition of Sports Orbit.
Thank you for
On today's edition of Sports Orbit, so much in store for you. So many sporting events went down across the weekend. Of course, we'll begin straight from the FIFA Women's World Cup. The finals of the 2023 Women's World Cup took place yesterday, and it was Spain against England. At the end of 90 minutes, the match went in favor of Spain. 1-0 it was. And with that, Spain have won the competition for the first time in their in their history, the female side, that is for the English Lionesses. Well, they put up a good fight, but it was not enough. Having run all the way to the finals of the tournament, some had tipped them to win. But for some of us, seeing the Spanish girls right from the quarterfinal, there was just something about the Spanish team that, and I predicted that, look, I think the Spanish team were going to win, and true to type, the Spanish team won that one. Not too good one for England once again, going so close to it, but football didn't come home once again.
Yes, always about to come home, but unfortunately, it just end on the move.
Yes.
Well, congratulations to the Spanish lady. They deserved their victory. It was a fantastic victory for the Spanish, and it was a celebration month as we are speaking now in all the capitals and the other major cities in the Spain. These girls proved everybody right. All those who have given them the chance that they're going to win based on the antecedents coming from the under 17 to 19, and this is the same team that have all. They also have something similar to Nigerian national team. Yeah. They also have the issue with their federation.
Exactly.
But when federation issue with the federation, most of those teams that revolt against the coach were sacked. Only 3 of them were brought to this particular team, and at the same time, the coach also give the coach also be proof the federation right by staying with him. If the coach have gone on the way of if the federation have gone the way of the player, they have let the coach go. But exactly. They stick the coach and back the coach. At the end of the day, it's now a celebration for all the Spaniards. And congratulations to them. If you watched the match yesterday, it was a fantastic show of the final.
Very well.
They just like the Lioness of England give a good fight, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough to subdue the Spanish, and who have everything on their side, tactically sound, age on their side, everything you can think of. They did not let that game all on their side. And if you look at on the Spanish lady, one of their player, emerged as the player of the tournament. Yeah. So it was a fantastic game, and I think a lot of people need to have a lesson from this game. And Nigeria in particular, we need to learn from what the Spanish have done well. We going to these competitions, although our performance at the championship was not too bad. Yeah. A lot of people have commented, even the people beyond the continent have commented the team, the Nigerian girls team. But we need to build on that success and to learn from this what the Spanish has done. But looking at it, for instance, this team at the moment they are holding all the major FIFA women titles. Yeah. There are 17 with them, the under 20s with them, and now they are holding the big of it all, crown it all at the world champion. Yeah. So you can see the progression. Exactly. And that is what is always missing in the Nigeria team, the progression. We don't transit well from the youth level to the senior level. Exactly. Inclusive, not to only female team, even in the male team. We are talking of the Nigerian who have won the 17 World Cup for 5 times, but yet we are yet to even win under 20. Exactly. We have played in the semi-final of the under 20 World Cup several times, playing the final sometimes, but yet we are even yet to go beyond the second round of the FIFA World Cup. Most of the players we have them doing well at the other 17. We find it difficult to transit them, to move them to the next level, and ultimately progress to the same like what is achieved in other clients.
All right, congratulations once again to the Spanish female national team. They, alongside Germany, have become the only 2 countries to win the World Cup, both male and female.
Yeah. They are the only two nations to win both. Yeah. From the Euro. Brazil did the same thing. Brazil won the World Cup, and
Brazil have not won the Women's World Cup.
See,
yes,
World Cup.
Yeah, they are yet to win it.
Sorry for that. But if you look at it critically, Spain and Germany, the two, and at the same time, now Spain has also now the third team, the third European team to win the Women World.
Exactly.
After
Norway
and
Germany. Yeah. All right. We'll go to some other events this time. Athletics, of course. The World Athletics Championship in Budapest is currently going on, but just like a lot, we had high hopes for this tournament going into it for our Nigerian athletes, but things don't seem to be going too well as it stands for S.A. Brumer. Won her hope that at least she was going to better her previous performances where she won bronze, then silver, then hoping that this time will be gold, but it was not to be, but rather she dropped down this time by coming fourth in that event, long jump event yesterday, finishing completely outside of the medals, so not a good one for her. Also, for Enequity, also in shot put, also not, winning the medal. Also, which other team? I think relay team also. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 4x400 mixed relay team finished sixth in the second semi-final heat after running 3.14 second, and they could not progress from the group yesterday. Salifo, what could you say went wrong in this? Could it be that the Amusan news affected the whole team, or is it for lack of proper preparation? Because I didn't expect this kind of performance coming from Team Nigeria, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you. Honestly, 100%. Maybe I'm short of words, but I don't believe that this is the kind of thing we're going to get after having a high hope.
Exactly.
More importantly, because we go into these competitions, we see Nigeria athletes at their various colleges.
Exactly.
Various
See how they're doing well.
They were all excelling,
Yeah.
making out, keep on posting fantastic results.
Exactly.
Most of them besting their personal best and performance. But unfortunately, to come where it matters most, all of them begin to come. And as it is now, except something miracle happen, we may come out of that tournament without a medal. Yeah, still like now, and like we discussed the other day, and it's unfortunate that when we are discussing about the appointment of the new Minister of Youth and Sport, talking about either you have an antecedent or you have interest in the sport at all. Just at about an hour before coming to the on there's a press statement from the minister sending a goodwill message to the athletes.
Yeah.
And demanding a podium finish.
Exactly.
From the athletes who are almost already out of the competition. So he clearly tells you that it's not in tune with what the reality is on ground.
Exactly.
So you are telling the athletes, you are just like telling your shine, I beg, try to come out in the fly after you already finished the exam, and fail the exam. So these are the kind of the things when we are talking about people needs to know that at least if people may say tell you that okay, you may not have a master in sport or you may not be a sport person before you become a sport expert, become a managing sport. But even if you have the knowledge, the background, it will guide you well. Yeah. And because someone is now giving a good demanding for athletes to perform where most of them have already cracked of that competition. So where are they going to perform that, give you that podium finish?
Exactly.
So it's wrong, unfortunate, but we hope that as you begin to learn on the job, you get to know better, and some of his skills and the teacher will begin to guide you well, so that we shouldn't make a mistake in this kind of mistake going forward. You should learn when to talk and when not to talk. I could have expected him. Well, thank God, Mr. President Tinubu have done him a good favor. Before now, for instance, on Thursday, when he has been already assigned and he's going to that ministry, even though he was not even inaugurated, by assigning him to that ministry, before it could have issued a statement, okay, urging the athlete to go, since we know that we are already coming to that, it could have been better than now the statement is coming after the athlete are almost already exited the competition.
I mean, still talking about this competition, so now I think our only slim hope of a medal might be to be Amuson, which for now we don't even know what her state of mind is at this point in time.
Yeah, I think if you recall when I went to this competition, so I made sure about psychologists. And at the same time, even the Tobiamusa now, except something miraculous happened. And if you fail to defend this medal, I think nobody will blame her. But to me, she has tried to clear her name, and congratulated her for to come out victorious in that plan to be there to scandalize her image by the integrity unit of World Athletic. But as it is now, if you look now, if before the competition, AFN released a list of the athletes without a Musa name.
Yeah.
And based on our antecedents, I'm sure either AFN really capture a Musa in their plan or in their program. It's another different way. We'll try to find out, but none of them will be able to respond to this. Okay, it's not only a Musa alone. A Musa has to go with her own team. He has to go to her coach and he has to go with her personal physical. But would they have a plan for her coach in the team? So now, I don't know. I mean, either Amusa will go to that competition without a coach. It's another different thing. Because before now, they didn't expect that he's going to get his clearance before the competition. Yeah. And we talk about psychology. Do the team Nigeria have a psychology at the moment? And if they don't have a psychology, would Amusa have a personal psychology at the moment to talk to her and to calm her down? And make sure this I say, even though this one an individual sport, I don't want to entirely blame most of this failure have recorded so far or the Amusa's issues. But I also say that it is a team, it is part of the team, it's a member of the team. Either you like it or not, because when a person, Amusa for instance, and it's a Bremen for instance, are very close tight friends. Anywhere at any Nigerian team camp, anywhere you see Amusa, you see Bremen, you see Amusa, you see Bremen. They are very close tight friends. So you need what may have a Bremen will feel when he need to have Amusa around at the time he don't have around, feeling that our best friend is having an issue where they need to be together. Where it is to me, and some of the things may have accounted for it. Because if you look at the improvement since he break into the rubber system, he has been consistent, very consistent, making a step for a step for that. But only for but this time he couldn't even mark the step he has taken before, only to drop down.
Exactly.
So it's fast unfortunate, and I hope God of miracle, who is always in Nigeria, God is always in Nigeria, and God that's always in Nigeria will be on our side and probably not coming out of that competition without anything. Something will just happen where Musa will do something.
Right, still much to give you on today's edition of Sports Orbit, but first we'll go on a break, and when we come back, the show continues.
Be part of our brand. Leadership for God and country.
Alright, welcome back from that break. Of course, today new Minister of Sports, John Owen Eno, was of course sworn in, and the likes of Igor Mark, as well as of course some other stakeholders. Egbe has also congratulated him and urged him to ensure justice, fairness, and equity as he begins to superintend as the new Minister of Sports. Mass advice was contained in a statement issued in Abuja, appealing to stakeholders in Nigeria's sport industry to tone down their harsh criticism about his appointment. He said Mr. Eno's legislative background puts him at an advantage to tackle the mess rocking the sports sector. In as much as I might want to agree with Mark, just like we just mentioned a few times, sometimes when people say it's not necessarily you might be versed, but most of the time I notice it's in this part of the world that such things happen. Because for me, this is now talking in my opinion. For me, I don't think like people say you don't need to have. For me, I think you need to have an understanding of, look, you are going to find you are the administrative head, they are palm sec, but in order for you to avoid a situation where tomorrow someone comes to tell you stories And but because you are not well versed in that area, you agree to it. So that's why I feel, yeah, someone will just say, no, you just have to be an administrator. Yes, for some ministries, fine. But there are some specialized ministry. Okay, for instance, the Attorney General, for instance, why don't you give it to any person? But you see that consistently Attorney Generals are always lawyers. So I feel things like Attorney General, things like sports, these are very specialized industries. Look, the truth is there are no two ways about it. As long as I'm concerned for sports, if you don't have some in-depth knowledge of sports, I'm not talking of being a football fan. Being a sports minister goes beyond knowing football. That might help. But you have to have some level of passion or in-depth knowledge of how the sports industry, it's an industry on its own. You have to have knowledge of how it works. For instance, sometimes one of your sports team might have an issue where you might need to go to the court of arbitration and all of that. You should understand how these things work. So sports is quite specialized. So for people who say it's not for me, I think for me it's necessary.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. But and I also agree with the mark that either we like it or not, Tinubu has appointed.
Yeah, sure.
It's not the 36th minister of transport. We can only wish him just,
yeah.
like Mark said, we can only wish him
And
well
hope
and
he learns.
and give him
fast.
all our support.
Yeah.
Because if he failed, it is still Nigeria that failed,
Exactly.
not him as a person. It's still Nigeria that failed. And just like you say, we obviously either we like it or not. Like the example you give about in the case of the Attorney General, there's no even apart from the national level, have a minister in charge of minister of justice as is trained legal person, trained lawyer. And the state, across all the state, all the commissioners they are all a trained lawyer.
Yeah.
I think that's the only area I feel Nigeria has maintained that consistent. Even the health, sometimes we have another person who is not even a health expert posted to be a minister of health and the humble. The good example is of recently we have a journalist be a minister of education and at the end of the day he don't even say he don't even do anything about it.
After being there for 8 years.
Say not even anything about education. So it's quite disheartening and it's quite unfortunate. Yes, it's clear, and if you look at what happened at the last Olympic, where we have about 10 Nigerian athletes screened out because being disqualified because of out of the competition test. If you have somebody who have in-depth knowledge and will know what is the principle of what it is,
will be hammering on the federation that make sure you do this.
Have you do this? Exactly. This? Even the ministers have, even for instance, even sometimes the federation, because they are the federation head or they are always interested coming to you to get money, and most of them you always see them when they need money.
Yeah.
Most of these head of foundation, they always come to you when they come to a morning, they always bring their file, so they ask you for money to approve this. But if you have someone who have a background and have the knowledge of the competition they are already going for, you ask them the necessary question that needed to be asked. Even though if you are sure, okay, we have do this, we have do this, we ask what is the product we have do this, we have done that. Well, we hope that we will learn and we will be able to correct our mistake. And yesterday, when I even believe that there are some ministers have been swapped, I say, well, maybe it will affect the sport, but unfortunately, even though it affects sport, all the ministers and none of them even have a background in sport. So even that it is still be the same story. But we can only now manage who wish Senator John Enoch will be succeed. I strongly believe that he will learn on the job and be able to be successful on the job. And being a senator, and they say once we are a senator, we have a versatile knowledge because we are not maker, we make law for everything.
All right, some basketball news now. The Senate, actually the Ministry of Youth and Sports are ready to dunk off with the Zenith Bank Women's Basketball League in Jos and Port Harcourt. 6 teams will compete in the Savannah Conference, while 8 teams will battle it out at the Atlantic Conference. So it's good that at least the NBBF are back with some form of league for the basketball. Now, of course, to the National Women's Football League, also where Nigeria Rattles FC of Abuja have unveiled a new management team ahead of the forthcoming season. Proprietor of the club, Paul Ede, while introducing the members of the 4-man management team to the players and technical officials, expressed confidence that the club will soar higher with its new leadership. So for Nigeria Rattles' new management team, and let's see how where they can take it from here. Yeah,
congratulations. And you recall that the former chairman of the club, the person of Paul Ede, who resigned his positions because he wanted to go and contest for a Benue State
FA
FA,
chairman,
which
yeah.
he has contested, and
Wow.
he's not the chairman of Benue State FA, so by that, which he can't do that, he can also be the chairman of the players to be the wishing culture, and he has appointed other people to continue. So we need a new club, a new management team. We should also have one of our own colleagues, Ken Okonkwo, who is also the Secretary General of the Sport Association, as my director of media, and let's see how he will be able to promote, to package the team and market them into the media. Congratulations to the team. I wish them successful. Last time this week they were the runner-up of in the Nigerian Premier, in the Women Premier League last season, and then we hope that they'll be able to surpass that feat under the new management team.
All right, to some other news now, some transfer news where it's been revealed Crystal Palace eyeing a move for Leicester City and Nigerian forward Kelechi Iheanacho. Of course, their transfer window in 2 weeks' time it will be wrapped up, but it's yet to be seen if this deal will be, completed before the season. For me, quite shocking. Even last week, there some reports initially that Bayern were interested in Wilfred Ndidi, but those reports have cooled down a bit. So I'm surprised that these two players, right now, no serious club has made a move for them while they are in the championship with Leicester.
Yeah, no serious is strong for no too serious club making move. Then there the most transfer stories he has been very quiet about
Exactly.
the Nigerians, and I'm more disturbed about the Wilfred Ndidi. And the Wilfred Ndidi situation was not even helped because of the latest injury. Wilfred was one of the best defensive midfielder in English Premier League, but the recent injuries occurrence. To me, in my view, that's what is scaring most of the club away from him. Not Wilfred supposed to be a player that every club wants to have in their team. And for Iheanacho, well, let's see how it's going to be, and I hope that it's like, to me, Kelechi Iheanacho has already begun to pick in trend with Leicester in the second division. Because in the last 2 matches has played with the team, and let's go. But if the Crystal Palace and they will find him once to be part of the team, we can only wish. But I hope and I fear that it's for them to move out of that out of that second championship league and move to the Premier League.
All right, straight to the EPL now, where of course interesting matches went down in the course of the weekend, beginning from Friday. And for Aston Villa, it was a good one for them as they trashed Everton 4-0 in that one yesterday. Of course, Iwobi was in that one, but I think he did not even end the match. In fact, reports surfaced today that he looks like he might have picked up an injury in that match. Not really a good one. But EPL results, Aston Villa 4-0 in that one. And of course, some not too pleasant results, if you ask me, during the weekend. Chelsea losing 3-1 to West Ham in that London derby. United also losing 2-0 to Tottenham in that one. But, I mean, that's the EPL. I mean, with 2 already, and that's how it starts.
Yeah, that is EPL for you, and it's always a league with surprise results.
Yeah.
And if you look at it this season, just 2 matches already, you're going to see surprise results out of the 20 teams competing in the league. Apart from Man City, and Brighton that have managed to win 2 teams. Every other team have dropped points. Except Arsenal that is yet to play. And maybe luck will be on their side today and to go on the other side. If not, it's only Man City and Brighton that have been able to manage successful teams, successful two straight victories. Every other person has dropped a point. That's Premier League for you. And just like if you look at this result, Everton. Well, I'm not surprised about Everton's result, but for going down 4-0 against Aston Villa is something that no any bookmakers or any better will be able to get that accurately yesterday. Because Everton in their first match, though they lost their first match, but they put us on measures. And Iwobi was impressive in that match, scoring the goal. But this particular one, Iwobi was struggled throughout the match, and they have to remove it 5 minutes after the second half, and Everton go down 4-0 to their host. Then the most surprising, while we are talking about to factor out what happened to Manchester United losing 2-0 at White Lane, but the shocking one of all came yesterday, where Chelsea lose 3-1 against a 10th side West Ham. If West Ham
this is a team who nobody has been busier in the transfer market as Chelsea.
Yes. And yes, Chelsea have
Buying the moment any club even eyes a player, Chelsea quickly go and hijack it. And in spite of all that, still the results are not showing on the pitch.
So what Chelsea did was just to put their ears on ground, and the moment they just hear any breaking news, any news, they just go there with their money and then grab the player. But watching the match yesterday is quite unfortunate. And just like Pochettino said, that it's difficult to explain. Because, and I
started for Potter.
Yes, I quite agree the way he admitted it is difficult to explain because you can't explain how a Chelsea side will lose to a 10-man West Ham.
Exactly.
Not
3-1.
3-1 to a 10-man West Ham. And
in fact, the third goal even came after the red card, the man had been sent off.
Yes. So I pray Pochettino will be able to find the solution quickly because all of us, including myself, have given him that confidence that he has what it takes to bring Chelsea out of their zone. But unfortunately,
no one comes to exactly how Chelsea are.
Yes, Chelsea is always impatient.
Very impatient.
Now first match you draw against Liverpool and okay at home, and so this is Liverpool who can endure that. But now losing 3-1 against a West Ham within the London. We didn't travel far. You still play within the London and you lose 3-1 against a neighbor. I don't know how Chelsea just like we are very impatient with their push. And I hope the Pochettino will not be the first casualty of the 2023 through 2024 league casualty pushes.
All right, of course, won the last EPL game for match week 2 will come up tonight. It will be Crystal Palace against Arsenal in that one, another London derby. Quickly, Crystal Palace, not an easy team also, but Arsenal will be hoping to at least grab all 3 points in this one.
Yes, just like I've said earlier, Crystal Palace, like you say, it's not an easy team. If you look at the previous match between Arsenal and Crystal Palace, it's always a tough knock to crack. And just like what has happened to Man U, happened to Chelsea, that fear may be building in Arsenal already. And I hope if you watch Arsenal first match against Nottingham Forest, yes, Arsenal were very convincing in the first half, but in the second half, they dropped. And it was just a mere escape. If not the moment it will be when you come into the mind, the game changed, and Arsenal fans have to sit on the edge of their chair and they should pray that let the time finish and they escape with the 2-1 victory. So what I'm trying to say in general, their first match performance was not too convincing. Although they escaped with 2-1 victory and came in traveling to a neighboring club, it is still the London derby. Both of them in the states, the capital of the country, the capital, are traveling to just a neighboring town, to play this afternoon, this night. Ateta and his team has to be very, very careful, and more importantly, that they lost their new signing from Ajax, Timber, who is going to meet the match, and how Ateta will be able to find a replacement for him is another different thing. And I hope Gabriel Jesus is still on the sideline. The Kitab and the rest have fit in well, but let's how Arsenal is going to cope. And I pray Arsenal will be able to escape the banana peel that has taken the Chelsea and Man U in the second round, in the second match day 2.
All right, that match comes up later, I think 8 p.m. We will be watching that one tomorrow. We'll give you complete updates. And of course, the World Athletics Championship is still on. Hopefully tomorrow we'll give you results of other games as they unfold. Well, that's our package on today's edition of the program. Salifu, thank you for being in the studio today.
Thank you.
Until come your way tomorrow again, do have a wonderful time. My name is Afa Acho, and it's bye for now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast.